Thank God, Mike, we should have recorded twins.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
We are here with
Hi.
another Twin Flame Talks podcast. And we got the whole squad here, Twin Flames Reality. All my friends, part of the company, here just vibing and enjoying ourselves. And we're ready to open it up for a discussion about, the Twin Flame journey. And everybody looks so thrilled to be here. I mean, look at Mike. He's so fired up.
It's game day. It's
But
game day.
but
It's
yeah,
game day. Bills.
game day, baby. That's right. So yeah, I really don't know exactly like how we're going to go into this, but we're just gonna, make it a hangout and we're gonna cover different topics about the Twin Flame journey and our journey specifically. Not me and John's, we're just friends,
Yeah,
but
we're not. Yeah,
yeah,
Never, never.
the journey in general. But yeah. Um yeah, I mean I can open up the floor for everybody. I wanted to say that I just want to introduce everybody. So we have the wonderful Tess Tay, Divine Tay Springer over here.
Woohoo.
She she's really our social media manager and takes care of, all of our beautiful Instagram um channels and well, our Instagram channel and our other social media outlets with our website and our newsletter that John works on as well. He's our newsletter guy. He fucking kills it with that. And
Boom.
Asia will be helping with, different designs as well, working alongside of Tay. Uh, Michael, he writes our blogs, he holds it down with the blogs, and he's also our HR manager. If you got a problem, you go to Mike, and he will definitely drill it in you that you got to heal your upset.
I kill you with love.
We have Carly, who, what would we call you, Car, is our TikTok manager.
Empath
Helps out
manager.
with our
The
website,
empath.
our empath manager. And Tori, our lead video designer, holding it down over there. So we have an awesome
Hello.
team here. We're missing Robin. She creates amazing memes for the team right now and really helped our Instagram blow up in all the ways that it is. Am I missing anybody? Nessie as well. He's part of the TikTok team and he helps out in those ways with moderating. And he will be doing video editing soon enough. Yeah, we have Katie as well who helps out with the merchandise. So we have a great team and it's only, growing and expanding and we're really just getting started, but we've been doing this for a few months now, as a team and everybody's really helped me build this, company to where it is in partnership with Twin Flames Universe and the Teachings of Union. And so, yeah, Carly, Mike, and Tay are also, and Johnny are Twin Flame Ascension School students as well. And I'm sure they can talk a little bit about how, Ascension School has helped them to grow in their union and learn about, the Twin Flame journey, right? Because you see a lot of things, out on the internet that Twin Flames aren't meant to be together, or you see couples that are together but you don't really understand how they got together. And you think maybe it's through, the Twin Flame portal or a card reading or, some wild out there thing that doesn't really resonate, in your heart. And so this work really that we're all doing and this business is really just about self-love through the mirror exercise and introspection and understanding that your twin flame is your divine mirror and they're just pointing toward you to focus on your ascension. And when we talk about ascension, we're just talking about self-love and growth, right? And ascension is not something that's, going from earth to heaven, if you want to see it in that like old school way. It's really just about creating your bliss on earth, creating your bliss with love itself, right? In the simplest form. Yeah, I'm just happy to have everybody here and, to do this podcast because it's super powerful and a lot of cool people here with a lot of good things to say. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it to Johnny here to bring up his point.
So yeah, I mean, let's go into TFAS because I absolutely love TFAS. Like my let's like go back like years ago. Like I was super resistant to it. Where at the time I thought I knew my twin flame. Turns out she was actually my false twin flame, and I was in my own ego where I'm like, oh, I don't need that stuff. Like I'm good. I don't need to pay for it. And Ryan wanted me to join her for years. I'm like, yeah, not really interested. I didn't feel any sort of drive or feeling to buy it. And I mean that was going on for like probably 6 or 7 years at least, maybe about 8 years. And recently, within the last 3 months, I released that and I actually bought it. And the only thing I wish I did was I wish I had gotten it like 8 years ago. Because what it showed me was, I go into these classes and when I hear Jeff speak, like they're on every episode, I'm like, sometimes I'm not sure if I'm gonna get anything out of it. Right as I think that, boom, he hits me with something, and I can just feel that, the power of God, power of love, is just speaking to my inner child and my soul and my heart, and telling me where I'm not feeling love, and then all of a sudden, like I've had moments where I'm like breathing pretty heavy, but it's because I'm just releasing all this toxic energy from from everything I'm learning, and I'm realizing the truth that like I've been loved, the whole time, even when I was in a dark place, like God was always with me, helping me. And as far as the TFAS class itself, like when Jeff is speaking and he's speaking to all these students, like it's so genuine, it's real, it's direct, and there's freedom because like from everything I've seen, it's so loving because they're just saying, hey, you explore your own life. We're just giving you advice and guidance, and your job is just to learn on your own. And you may like you might go through upsets. That's definitely going to happen. People go through upsets, but
What does it mean to go
like
through upsets?
an upset is just like you hear something and then you're triggered. Like it might give you anxiety, might even anger you, or it might even
You're triggered. You're triggered.
yeah.
You feel bad.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, and that's just because what's coming up is actually just ego, and and then what he teaches us to do is go within and heal that, so that trigger isn't there, and then we feel better. And really, what it is you're just growing more into divine love. You're growing more into love, and for me, watching each of these classes, everybody goes through these similar energies in life. The situations, events might be different, but when you hear these people speak and you hear what they're going through, then you're able to relate to that in your own life in whatever way. And that's what's so healing about it, because there's always something to learn. There's so many classes I just keep going through, and I'll be watching TFAS and then I'll get up and I'll be like, dude, I'm just getting hit with so much amazing, knowledge, and it just feels so good. And what it's done for me specifically is I don't live with anxiety to how I used to at all. I used to live with tremendous anxiety and hated myself. I got past all that, and I used to lack so much peace, severe depression, was not enjoying life, and I was waiting for that moment. I'm like, all I want to do is just be happy, and I've never been happy before. And then these classes change that. Like I don't feel those negative emotions. I feel great, and honestly, I'm like, for me, I'm looking forward to experiencing every class that they have, and I'm going to, because that's what I feel called to, and that feels good for me. So that's my 2 cents on TFAS.
You just went in on TFAS.
Yeah.
So Yeah. What else is up? How have things been going with the business? How do you feel, about just let yourself
Mm.
relax and kind of just share you.
Everything's been going good. Like before, I was working a job that was stressing me out because the pay was too low. I was working like crazy, and I just didn't. I wasn't feeling peaceful within that. And ever since we started doing this, within Twin Flames reality, it's been helping me to really just ground myself into peace and ground myself into joy and presence. Because I used to, I was in my head constantly, thinking about the things I want because I wasn't happy in the moment. And, what does
I can't stop laughing at Tay and fucking
Yeah.
Tasia.
I'm so sorry. My cat was clawing at me.
It was her
and I'm just like,
cat.
I
pissed.
see that in the
Her
background?
cat was
What's
like,
going on?
It's not
sorry.
you,
Yeah,
John.
But I had
You're
to
doing
run.
great, John. You're doing great, John.
Yeah, you're
It
doing
was
great, John.
Tay's
Sorry
cat.
about that.
Just
I had to
scratching
run
it.
away. My cat threw a fit because I wouldn't hold her, so she decided to throw up at my feet. So I had to run.
Cat's throwing
Oh
a
my
fit
God.
right now. Tay's cat's throwing a fit. My cat's out there throwing a fit. I
Our
think
cats
they're
have a lot
having
of
some
upsets
blocks.
to her.
They're codependent. They need to heal through some blocks.
Yeah, and obviously we're just being called to like relax and just
Yeah.
have more joy here. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, I just feel good. Like I look forward to the now, I look forward to the future, and I just think everything is just kind of falling into place perfectly. And as a life purpose wise, everything, and as it just happens, living situation, and as it's unfolding, I'm like, wow, this is what I'm looking for, and it's like I don't need to be in my head anymore. I just get to be in it. I get to live presently within it, and be excited, and it's joyful. So that's how I'm doing.
But that's good, John, because you've come a long way. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
weren't saying that even 1 or 2 months ago, like, and it's good because you are busy. Like you're probably the busiest person on the team. Like you work so hard, and you do really, really well with the blog, by the way.
Well,
And yeah, I love that you mentioned TFAS. Like TFAS is great. And it is like that. You get downloads later on, like you watch an episode and then later on you're like, whoa, like this is all relating. And yeah, it's true.
Mhm.
And that's all you
Yeah, yeah.
manifesting it for yourself because you love yourself and you believe in yourself.
Totally. You've grown so much.
Well, thank you. I
Snaps
appreciate
for
it.
John. Snaps for John.
My kids great too.
Snaps for John.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Carly.
Yeah, you're welcome. I mean it.
Yeah, the difference is definitely evident. I feel like at the beginning, before you joined TFAS, even when it came to like writing the newsletter, we were like, it was like pulling teeth to get like any excitement out of you for it. And now you're like, whenever we have our newsletter calls, you're like, I have these ideas and they're really great. And
Yeah.
Like
It's
he's
a
like
lot.
John Bonds now.
I know, it just there's
Yeah.
a big difference in you.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun for me to like just really partner with you guys. Like, I mean, thanks for a lot of the credit you guys are giving me, but like, give yourself credit there too, because like I couldn't have done it without you guys. You helped me, and we got on the calls, we brainstormed, and it's for me, it's become this thing where I've got a flow, within how I do it. So I mean, now I'm at the point where I can just fly through it because it's just I just get the flow of what I'm doing, and then as I solidified that, that feels great because then I go to the next level where I'm like, well, what do I want to do this week? How can we even change the content we're already doing and spice it up, make it better, make it more interesting, so that when people see it, it's like, wow, this is beautiful. And like I was telling Ryan, like I don't know, a month ago, however long it,
I was just thinking
however
about how
long.
we could spice it up on here.
Spice it up.
Buddha, 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 rocking everywhere.
You know
Alright,
who else
anyway.
works hard? Tay's been working hard, and Tay's ascension, like the past week, like with the advice she's giving to people, is incredible. Like I'm just so proud. Like I love it. I love it. I don't know if you feel it. I've like noticed
I think
it.
I'm pretty great. Yeah, I feel it.
I feel like you went from just being like maybe a little bit scared to even like welcome people to being like, you know exactly what to say now. And it's just like so perfect. Like you help people and I love it. I love seeing that.
I am pretty perfect. Thank you.
You are.
Yeah, and our media team, like social media team, is just thriving. And I
Yeah.
think that, we're really ready to go to the next level, like having Tori on the team now, to where it's like, oh shit, we got Tori. Like, didn't even know.
The piece of the
Yeah,
puzzle.
just
She
a
is that
blessing
piece.
in disguise there. And that,
Exactly.
really cool. So we appreciate
I
that.
like you guys.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, those pick a card readings today, they just keep getting better. I can't believe you put the turkey on there and talked about the turkey. Like it
I
was
picked
so
the
perfect.
cranberry.
Everybody
It
loved it.
resonated so
But
hard.
those posts are
I had a lot of
amazing.
fun with it.
The color schemes we got going on, everything's good. Everything's great. And the blog posts that we're doing, and that is a team effort,
Yeah.
and it's like everybody has their piece to what we're doing, and it is a team effort. And that's why I wanted to get on here and, do team podcasts. I think we could do these, maybe bi-weekly. We could do a team podcast just so people can get to know us and as a team.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Michael James Bradley is another one that works really, really hard.
yeah. And Mike
And
can
we
share a
also
little.
heal together. So like we all work really hard, but then we also heal together. So it's like there's a lot of time that we put into this and there's so much love and we support each other. All of us do. We all
Yeah.
support each other.
I mean,
100%.
I gotta be honest here. Okay. I'll take you back to a story of what my mom used to say. Okay. My mom used to tell me that if you go to work and you love your job, then it's easy. It's effortless. So for me, of you saying that I work hard, I really don't feel that I work hard because it comes natural to me because I love it. Because you'll naturally love what you do because that's how it's planted in your heart with God. And then I just ask God, hey God, let me write this, let me write that. Oh, okay. Let my homeboy John wants me to channel cards for him. Oh, okay. Just ask God to do it for me. Drop it to my heart. God's got it. So you'll never have to work hard in your life when you do something that you love, when you co-create with God, when you co-create with love. It's the same thing.
I love that. You do a great job. So even if you're not working hard, even if it's God's work, you're just doing such a great job. Like the classes, of course, the advice you give to people, you help people daily. So that's just beautiful. And the
Well,
things you
Mike's
say.
literally hitting us with the blogs, man. Like,
Yeah, I know. The blogs are really
a big
great.
deal.
I love reading the blogs. I love reading the blogs.
They're starting to get better and better as I go deeper and deeper as well. So they're just going to get even more
Tays
doper
over
and
there like,
bomber.
I edit those motherfuckers.
There's a
Yeah.
whole team working on the blogs. Y'all do so well.
Yeah, and then Tay's like, Mike's calling me 27 times a day. Hey Tay, did you see this? Hey Tay, did you see that? John's like, hey Mike, yeah, you just
It was
called me
only like 5 times yesterday. It's fine.
I'm like, John, you gotta listen to me, man. You gotta read this blog. He's like, okay, hold on, give me a second. I'm like, you gotta do it right now, John. This is the dopest blog I ever wrote, brother.
For anyone
Go
that's
really twice this
interested,
week with it on
Tay
my ear.
loves
Let's check
multiple
it
calls
out.
a
Like, it's
day.
fire.
I love multiple calls a day.
Yeah, for anyone that's interested, Tay loves multiple calls a day.
I
I
always
can't
need to
even get
call
on
Tay
one call with
and
Tay.
like I don't know.
I was
I love calling Tay, but it's like sometimes I just don't have the enough time in the day. Same with Ryan. I always
Yeah.
talk to Mike though. I usually
Oh.
text John at least once or twice every now and then.
And
Yeah,
then
I
I
don't
want
think
to
there's a person on this team that I don't talk to like every single day.
Right. We always text. Me and Tay always text. at least.
I want to actually say thank you to Tori because Tori helped me with this video that I was trying to figure out how to get the watermark and then the hashtag off of it. So I sent it to Tay, and Tay's like, "Yo, take it to Tori. Tori will know what to do with it." Tori got her hammer and her chisel, fixed
I took
that
it right
video
off.
for me in 10 seconds and sent it right back to me. I'm like, sweet. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
I
dope.
straight up was like, that's above my pay grade. I don't know. Take it to Tori.
That's funny.
That's what I woke up to yesterday. I was like, yeah, I can do it, but you're gonna have to give me a few minutes. I just woke up.
I was like, oh, you're good, sister. Take your time, do your thing. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, truly.
Yeah, Tori, you're a rock star. I really, really love you. Like,
Thank
Mhm.
you. I was telling Ryan, like, this is just, it's almost like therapeutic for me because I love to create. And I was like loading up the Discord last night with so much stuff because I was just laying in bed and I was like, I had a little bit of anxiety. So I'm like, I'm just going to go create some things. And then I was able to just like go right to sleep. I actually fell asleep in the middle of an edit. Like, that's how like therapeutic it is for me.
Yeah, I can
Yeah, and
relate to
those
that.
were
I felt like I was
awesome.
in such an art block where I didn't want to make anything for a really long time because I was like in such a depression, and then like joining this team, starting TFAS, like making all these friends, especially like doing all the creative stuff. Carly's over it. Doing creative stuff for Ryan, I just like got like really excited again, and I get like really excited to make all the things now.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is for me. Like, I had got so burnt out on like my own content and I wasn't doing anything. And then this, opportunity presented itself. And now I'm back in my groove and I'm loving it.
Yes.
How long here,
Can't wait.
bitches?
But
Yeah,
also,
so-
Tori,
So-
you've been coming into the TikTok lives for a long time and like showing a lot of love. So I think it's awesome that you're a part of the team. Because I like
yeah, she
seeing
does group
that.
coaching too. She's healing her shit over there and doing her inner work. And
What'd you
Thank
say, Asia?
guys.
yeah, hope to see your twin flame union come into fruition very
It-
soon.
Me too. That would be good.
But yeah, let's bring it over to Asia. She's got some.
Yeah.
Oh, I just we heard a little bit about John. I would like to hear maybe from like Carly or Tay more about like how they love their contribution to the team and kind of like their twin flame stories, whatever amount they're comfortable sharing about that. Just because each one of us has our own story of how we got
Yeah.
here and our backgrounds and the work that we have done. So, I mean, I'd love to share, but maybe if one of them wants to go first.
Sure. I'll go ahead. We can talk about me more. So I will share to capacity because I'm still in separation with my twin, but I'll say that
You're
The
gonna
last-
see this.
I'll say that before I met Ryan, I was having probably like one of the worst years of my life. It was awful. I was like crying all the time. It was rough. And I think I just like happened upon Ryan's TikTok and was like, okay, whatever. And then just like came back. And then like until eventually I was like, hey, hi, I want to talk to Ryan. And he just helped me gain so much clarity on like all of these things that I was feeling about my journey. Helped me like, because like I think I had heard twin flames like in passing. I remember like when I was 18, my ex's mom, it was a little crazy. Like every guy she dated was her twin flame. And so for the longest time I was like, that sounds dumb. Until
Why,
like
that was your ex? No, I'm kidding.
it was
Yeah.
my ex's mom, but
No, I know. I was just saying, like
we're
like
not
mother,
we
like
don't
son.
talk about the boyfriends we have at 18, 19 years old anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just like helped me gain so much clarity and like helped me feel not crazy about like these gut feelings I had about this person and like these things I was experiencing. And since being invited to join the team, especially, I just feel like I've really stepped back into myself for like the first time. in a really, really long time. Like I said, it was just like such a terrible year, and I felt like I had just gotten into this routine of like get up, go to work, make dinner, clean, go to bed. That like I lost all the creativity I used to have. Like I went to art school and I used to paint all the time. I used to do more digital art and stuff. And I just had it in so long. And since joining his team, he's really like pushed me to step back into that, which I really love doing. And since I feel like even joining TFAS, I think it's been like what, maybe a month? Yeah, a
Mhm.
month and a day. And I feel like this has been one of the most peaceful month and a days I've had in such a long time, where I feel like I would blow up Asia's phone every day and just panic and cry and was so upset all the time. And I think I've only had like one panic attack in the last month. And maybe it's like that's one too many, but I feel like I'm doing really good and I've been really peaceful. Um, and even like when I feel called out, like we had a TFAS watch party last night and I was like, Ryan must have picked this one out intentionally for me because this was calling me out. But I didn't even feel like that upset about it. I was just like, all right, there's something to mirror through. And like, I just feel like I've gained so much peace since being on this team and since joining TFAS. And I feel like the community we have here is like, I think I tell you guys stuff I don't even tell like my best friends.
We're your best friends, Batch.
We're your best friends. That's right. I know you guys are. No, I just love it here.
Good. We love you. And we
Yeah.
appreciate you.
I mean, if we could pick our twin flames, like I'd pick you. But
Ryan said that was gross when we made that joke, so we're not allowed to be twin flames apparently.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah. No, I was actually gonna tell Asia too because I was shouting everybody out, but Asia came from TikTok as well. But Asia literally has grown and she does group coaching. She's in group coaching every week and she's been there for like probably 3 months or longer. I don't know. Yeah, every week. So
Did
It's
y'all
true.
know each other, Tay and Asia? Did you guys know each other before?
No,
Okay.
I think we just were like, I pick you.
yeah, she's
Yeah, that's
just
sweet.
literally a soulmate.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
love meeting. I can't even tell you the amount of people that I have met through spiritual communities have been closer to my heart than people that I meet in my like normal 3D everyday life. You know,
Yeah.
it's really, it just proves that like God, source, you know, spirit, the spiritual community is just like, because we are all on the same wavelength of like
Right.
love and understanding that there's more than the 3D. And people like us that are just like so in touch, like we feed off of other people like that because like it feels so gray to walk around and talk about this kind of stuff with people that just don't understand. So when we meet each other, it's like, wow, like I'm falling back in love with life and everything is so colorful and I don't feel crazy. Like it's just confirmation that meeting people like this is just like, y'all are my family. Y'all are my best friends. Like more so than like my blood family. Sorry if any of my blood family members see this, but it's just, it's true. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
You know, I love it. It's just
Just
so I keep
keeping it
it very
real. Yeah.
near and dear to myself,
Yeah.
like stuff like this. It's not that I don't want to share you guys with people in my day-to-day life, but I also don't want to
No,
share
that's
you
what it
guys.
is. I'll definitely say if I have like a week I'm busy, Age is like, you're not giving me enough attention.
I can imagine that. No,
All
that's
play,
what
all play.
FYP and TikTok and stuff is. And like Asia came in around the time that you were in, like geographically, y'all were like in the same time zone. I won't like shout it all out, but like it was around that time that y'all are both in the same state, basically. And I remember like because Asia, you're right, like it is a vibe. Like we're all gonna attract each other, we're all connected, it's quantum physics. So like if we're vibrating on the same level, like and how we mentioned the Holy Spirit earlier, I believe the Holy Spirit works through like the internet and like all the clouds
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff. So like for sure, I mean to me, like we're all here. It's a big force of energy that brought us all together. And you know, depending on what you believe, like that's fine. But yeah, it's all
Power
from love.
Rangers. Assemble.
Very true.
I mean,
For
it's
sure, for
true.
sure.
It's true. And like, whatever people want to say, like, I'm not ashamed.
Right. Yeah.
I love it. I love the love. Like, I love love and people that have a deeper understanding. I'm just like, cool. I'm in it. I dig it. I vibe with it.
For sure. For sure.
Who one of you guys want to share your stories next?
Yeah, I feel like Mike's got some things to share.
Mike does.
What's up, my brothers and sisters?
What's up,
Tell
dude?
us all about your journey here and how you came to TFR and your twin flame journey.
I'm feeling dope-tastic right now. So I started out in 2021, February of 2021, and that was with a false twin flame. But I was very, 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 wait, did I say very enough? Yeah, very, very convinced that this woman was my twin flame. Because I kept on choosing to go up here, up here, up here, instead of dropping fully into here, to here, to here. So the one day I remember this very distinctly. I said to God, I said, hey, God, I said, I want to know more about twin flames. I want to know more about you. All right. I want to know more about me. I want to know more about life. I want to know more about love. All right. And I should have rewinded that. I already had TFAS. Okay. But I was just sitting on it. I was sitting on it like a mother hen with her egg, just sitting on it, not even watching it. And then after I said that to God, I finally got an opportunity to volunteer for TFU, for Twin Flame Universe. And God put me on the quotes team to where I had to watch TFAS every week and extract 4 quotes from TFAS. So when I started doing this,
What is
just
TFAS?
like-
Mike?
I'm sorry, brother.
What is TFAS?
TFAS is dope as shit, homie. No,
No, what is it though?
Twin Flame Ascension School. It
Okay.
is
Right.
It is your dope ass, bomb ass tool with Jeff and Shalia to really truly come closer to yourself and to come closer to God and to get that key and unlock that lock to all the knowledge of yourself.
Oh,
Wait,
In
Mike,
one.
you
What's up,
I
sister?
didn't know that. I didn't know that that's why, because you're so well versed and your quotes are so great, and we know that you have this book of quotes, but I didn't know that you just were like avoiding it, and then God put you
Oh,
on
yeah.
the team
Oh.
so you couldn't avoid it anymore. Like that's
Listen,
such a
Let me
great
tell you
story.
something. Let me tell you something, okay? Listen, if you wanted to call me a rapper, like if you wanted to give me a rap name, my rap name when I first started this journey was MC Procrastinator, okay? I was hardcore procrastinating at watching TFAS, hardcore procrastinating of really looking at all those dark trauma places within me. And then when I kept on bugging God, hey, God, I want to know more about TFAS. Hey, God, I want to know more about Twin Flames. Hey, God, blah, 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 blah. God said,
it's
okay,
MC
my son.
Procrastinator. It's MC
He said-
Procrastinator.
He said, I'm
There
going
you
to
go.
freestyle through you, and I'm going to put you on the quotes team to where you have to watch TFAS because you keep on asking me all these questions. There's all the answers. TFAS,
Yeah.
Twin Flame Ascension School. So the more and more, listen, let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters. I used to be a hot mess, okay? Like a chili pepper, like hot sauce, a hot mess. All right, crying, angry, sad, all the time when I first started this work. All right. So when I started going deeper and choosing to love myself in all those areas and choosing to watch TFAS, that was me loving myself. That was me honoring myself. And I just kept choosing and choosing to go deeper with myself and deeper with God. And it all naturally came to the surface. And I enjoy all the work that we do here in TFR, Twin Flames Reality, to where I enjoy the position that Ryan has given to me And at first I had to heal through that. I was like, oh, dang, this is a leadership position. I don't know if I'm ready to be a leader. But I remember the best advice that my father always gave me: be a leader, not a follower. So I chose not to follow the ego. I chose to lead with my heart and know that I'm a natural born leader already. That's what God has given me. Just like Ryan is a natural born leader. We're all natural born leaders when we choose love in our hearts. So I try to, I try to check up on everybody that, frequently chats in the open forum, in the open chat for us. I'll send them voice messages because I'm not that guy that wants to
We
sit
have
there
a
and
Discord channel, everyone.
That's
Join
the
it.
Discord. Thank you,
Discord.
Ryan.
Yeah, my bad, Discord.
There
So
you
I'm
go.
not
Yeah.
I'm not that dude that wants to sit there and text all day. I'm from the 90s. I want to talk on the phone or I want to send a voice message, so they can get clear on what I'm saying. So I try to connect with all my brothers and sisters, give them support. If they need support with the mirror exercise, I'm always here with the mirror exercise. I mean, I would like to call myself, yeah, I can claim it, I'm an expert at the mirror exercise. If you
True.
have a question, you have an upset, filter it, bring it to me, and I can answer that for you, and I can walk you through that to show you where you can apply the mirror exercise to heal that upset for yourself.
Mike is definitely bomb when it comes to. I've definitely used Mike like throwing him like a Pokemon at people where I don't know how to help him mirror. I'm just like, Mike, go.
Yeah.
I can't handle this one.
Mike, go.
Yeah, like Michael James, I choose you. He's always got it.
And Taylor always has this thing where she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. Hello, my brothers
You
and
don't apologize to me, sister. You don't got to apologize to me. And here's why: you don't have to apologize to me. Is because I feel through many, 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 many layers to receive that patience, to receive that compassion within me. And you don't even have to be sorry because I'll always support you and everybody with total compassion, because that's what happens when you keep choosing to do this work that is greatly and divinely and immaculately laid out for you by Jeff and Shalia through TFAS. It's real shit, yo.
It's
Real
a
shit, yeah.
process.
Yeah. Trust the process. Just like Ryan said, trust the process. Choose to go all in. When you choose to know that there's only the front door in front of you, that there is no back door, your journey will become more easier and more lighter to where when you choose to only move forward through that front door, you're going to expand and you're going to see that heaven is already here on earth, and it starts within.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
what we're
Amen.
doing.
Amen. That's church. Heaven is
Yeah, I
here.
love that. I love that
Yes.
because
You go first. You're the
Yeah,
boss.
I've came a long way. I've came a long way. And Ryan has been my coach since November of 2021, and he can testify. He can go up on the bench and testify in front of all the jurors that I have came mad ass far when I kept on choosing to do this inner work, this inner healing. And every single coaching session that I've ever had with Ryan, this is real shit. I'm sitting there working through an upset, and Ryan says the exact thing right there in that moment that I need to hear to go deeper into that upset and to realize it's an illusion. It's not real. Because God speaks through everyone. And God was speaking through my brother because he chooses to go into his heart. Therefore, I'll connect with him because we are one. We're all one of children of God. We're created in his image. Unconditional love, y'all.
that's your next rap, unconditional love.
Snaps for Mike.
That's
No
for
more
my-
MC procrastinator. It's MC patience and compassion and love. That's a
I
long
also
name.
think that you need to write a book with like dope ass sayings.
I mean, dope ass bomb ass things.
That would be the title of Mike's book. Is
Yeah.
Dope Ass.
a dope ass
Dope
bomb
ass.
ass
Dope
book.
ass twin flames.
Yeah. It'll be
It's
called
dope ass book.
it'll be called a dope ass bomb ass book with channeled messages from God.
That'd be cool,
There
dude.
you go.
I'm definitely buying it. So
Yes. Who wants to-
Boom.
Thanks for sharing, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome, sister.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, you're welcome, brother.
Yeah, I think Carly could go next.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was actually thinking about what you said earlier, Ryan. Just like basically like all the rumors that are out there about twin flames and how like, you know, there's just like bad advice out there too. Like there's always the toxic people. I was definitely toxic when I came into the room. I was like, I have triplet flames and I was just saying like the stupidest things in the comments and like but like you would always take the time to just be like, you know what though, let's talk about it, because it's not like I was being like, I wasn't like spamming or anything. I would just randomly throw stuff at you. But like I definitely think that for me personally, like obviously like the grief story that I have is like what I've healed the most, because I really believed that the person I was married to was my twin flame. And so despite having like other relationships with people and different energies and stuff, like and it's like on Facebook posts or like different things, like it'll be a picture of us and it'll be like my twin flame, like, or like I'll like have posts like memories that are like tagged to him, and it's literally like a twin flame meme, like before I was ever in this group, like but yeah, sorry, I went back. But yeah, no, so I just think that like I've definitely resonated with like healing separation consciousness and like going through what I feel like is like a huge ascension. And it was like the final step to like, I mean, I became a widow at 34, so that's like super young. And here I am just turning 37 this week. And it's like, I'm better than I've ever been. I'm stronger than I've ever been. And I don't really like, I can't say that. Yeah, thank you. And so, but yeah, like I don't put it on anything else but the group, the work that I've done with this group, because I wasn't healing for a while. I was like, I wasn't being myself. Like, this is me. But like during those last 2 years, I was just like stuck in this, like, I don't want to heal. I want to be depressed. I want to just all the horrible things. So I came out of the toxicity is what I'm trying to say. And I'm back
Congratulations.
to,
We
yeah,
love
I'm
you.
back to who I've always
Big.
been, and just like being being spiritual is like a huge part of it, and it's nothing to be like ashamed of. Like, I mean, you have to connect to like your soul in order to really feel like other people's energy as well. And I think another thing that I really worked on is like, you can't love someone else, even as a friend, if you don't love yourself and if you don't take care of yourself. And like, I had to really go full circle with that lesson over and over again. So it's just good to be here around people that love and support, and we're friends. I love that we all talk and hang out, and it's daily, and it's just a lot of love and a lot of support, and there's really that's it.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And so did you come across, TikTok? Is that how you
Yeah, I saw one of your like, not, it wasn't a live, it was like a little video you made, but it was like you talking about twin flames. So I knew you as like the twin flame guy because you were like busting rumors, because it's like Tay said, like I had heard about twin flames and I always resonated with being a twin and like all of that, but there's just so much toxicity, like, oh, you have to be separated in order to heal, or like the rumors like that, like that are just so like or like there's always going to be a runner and always going to be a chaser, and you were just saying things that were like not the like not that, and like
right?
it's more about connection, it's more about communication. And but then yeah, one day I saw a live and I was like, it was before I was really doing live I wasn't doing live TikToks really, like I didn't know what it was. And then I saw you and I was like, oh, it's the twin flame guy, so
Right.
I got to tapping. That's what it was. I started tapping.
That's cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing all that. It was
You're
really
welcome.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Thanks for having, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's nice to know he wasn't just a twin flame guy for me, because that's how he was for me as well.
Right.
That's how I
Yeah,
found him, the twin flame myth buster.
right.
I
Yeah.
actually I remember the very first time me and Ryan started talking actually, okay? I had just got done creating this rap song, okay? And I posted it in the forum and I believe he commented on it and I was like, and this was the cool thing about this. On my journey, I was only like talking to divine feminines. And I had been saying it before previously. I'm like, hey, God, can you give me a divine masculine on my journey? Like someone who I could relate with, who I could chill with. You know what I mean? And boom, Ryan commented on it. I was like, oh, that's dope, dude. So I sent him a friend request. We started talking. He's like, I'm a coach. And then he's been my coach ever since. Yeah. And hey, much love to you, brother. We
Much
went
love to you,
very,
Mark.
very far. Both of us have came very, very far. And
Mhm.
we are going to always keep going deeper and spreading that love to all our brothers and sisters.
We're
Amen,
gonna
dude.
call Ryan McIntyre.
New merch idea.
Yeah, that's funny because I remember that. I think Fabian actually reached out to me. He's like, "Yo, there's this guy Mike, and he raps, and like you might, want to connect with him." I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah, that was dope
I'll
shit.
connect
I'll
with
never
him."
forget that. That
Yeah,
was November. That was November of 2021. Yeah.
2021. I remember like the one rap you came out with where you say that in the rap. 2021, Mike
Yeah.
Bradley.
No.
Yeah.
That's for
You do say it.
2023. That's 2023.
I thought you
Michael
did it.
James Bradley. That is
Okay,
my
I
rock.
thought you did a 2021 one.
Oh, I did that too. But then the
Yeah,
one where I
that's the one
say
I
Michael
remember.
James. Oh, okay. All right. Because I got the newest one, 2023, Michael James Bradley. That's the
Right.
one that won. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's the next level. Yeah.
God
They're
is my
all
rock.
fire.
Jesus is my savior. Battling eagle like Skywalker with the lightsaber. Only love is real. There's nothing else major.
Fire.
Bars. So sweet. Well, thanks for sharing that too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if Tori, there's anything else that you would like to share, other
Tell
than
us
your
about
sweet
how you
cat.
found Ryan.
I found Ryan similar to Carly. He was just like the twin flame guy. I met my twin flame in December of last year, and we were over and done within like 4 months, but we knew there was something different with us. Just from like 4 days in, we knew, and he was in a relationship at the time. So it was like a really hard time trying to navigate that because we had very, very strong feelings and very strong connections to each other. Then when his relationship he was in ended, we tried things with us and we had probably 2 months of bliss, and then the triggering happened. And I made the conscious choice for my own healing to go no contact with him, which was one of the hardest things in my life. And I didn't know a lot about twin flames, but a friend of mine had mentioned, like, I really think this guy is your twin flame. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Because I come from kind of like a different mindset. Like, I'm pagan. So to me, everything I saw about twin flames was very like Christian-y. And Ryan was talking about it in a much different way. And I remember I would just like lurk his lives. I wouldn't talk. And then there was one night he said something, and I was like, well, what if you're not Christian? And he's like, well, then the universe, the source, like whatever you believe in. And I was hooked from that moment because I resonated so much with your teachings and what you were saying, but I was like, I'm not Christian. So I thought that I was like left out of that. And just through teachings and healing, I've learned that he is my twin flame, and we're working through that and navigating it together. And I think joining this group was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. I mean, I've done, like mental health therapy and things like that, which I'm still doing, but I think this group and this group of people has helped me more than anything else I've ever tried before. So thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
we
So
definitely have to piggyback on that. Like, I'm not Christian, but you just like the space here just allows you, like, no matter what your belief is, it still applies to you. You don't have to be one
Yeah.
belief system.
right.
Yeah, and some of those things you go into it and it's like, oh yeah, we're all inclusive and you don't have to be Christian, but you don't always feel like it's a safe place. And this feels very safe. I trust you guys with things that I wouldn't trust anyone else with. And I just think like the vibe that we have and the love that we have for each other, even some of us like knowing each other for such a short time, just the closeness. And I know like no matter what I'm going through in my day, like I can jump in our Discord and someone's going to be there to help me work through it or just, talk to me and give me like the reassurance that I need or, help me through a mirror exercise. And I look forward to my Sunday healing sessions, which if anyone knows me, I am also a procrastinator and I don't like to do things on the weekend. So the fact that I'm even here doing this speaks volumes to how much I love and respect this group. Because normally I'm just waking up for the day.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I think, Tori, that's really important to say because like the team here, most of us all have other things that we're doing or could be doing, but like we love it
Right.
here and we really choose to put our energy here. At least I know I do. So, and obviously everyone else here. So, but yeah, I love hearing that so much, Tori. You're just, yeah, you hit it
It's
all.
also why I'm holding a cat during this podcast is because she's usually still sleeping as well. So she is very grumpy and not knowing what's going
Aw.
on. She's like, Mom, why are we up so early? Who are these people? What's going on?
That's great. Well, thank you guys so much. And I think we could just ask Asia like if there's anything that you'd like to personally share and go into.
Yeah. I'll try to make it long story short, but it might be long story long. I met a friend who lives over in the UK on a Facebook Twin Flames site because I forgot how I found out about no, actually backtrack. It was an astrology group because I've always been into astrology like heavily.
Yeah.
And I
What's your
I think it
sign?
was during I'm a Cancer with an Aries
Cancer.
rising and an Aries moon.
Oh, snap.
So I'm
Anyone surprised she
spicy
has
and
Aries in
sweet.
there?
There's a nice balance.
No, I was fully expecting her
No.
to say she was an Aries.
Not without lots of therapy, it's not. But
You're in the right place. You're in the right
Love
place.
honesty.
oh, I have this spiritual healing therapy and I have my sweet therapist that I've had for a good 4 or 5 years.
Beautiful.
But anyways,
Yeah, we are not certified therapists here. We are Ascension coaches.
yeah, let's make that clear. Okay, so I had met her on that astrology website and I had a false twin flame at the time. I didn't know what twin flames were, but we'll just say at that point I was with my false twin flame. I had posted his chart. I was asking for some help. Her twin flame had the same chart, so we started talking.
What was
And
his sign?
she sorry, Ryan, he was a Libra.
Oh my gosh, Cancer and Libra did not match. All right.
That was him. Okay, we're just gonna go with that.
He didn't match. Those damn
yeah.
Libras. All right.
So she had told me what she thought twin flames was, and I was just like, oh, well, maybe this guy's my twin flame. Fast forward, that didn't work out, and I had kind of like given up on the whole like twin flame thing, and I started seeing my now actual like twin flame, which I'm going to be really respectful like talking about him just because I need to respect his boundaries, but I'll give as much info as possible without like crossing those lines. So
So say his full name.
I
Full name,
Say his
social
full name.
security, credit card, address.
So I was out having drinks with a girlfriend talking about him because she knows him, and she was like, I never even thought about this. She was like, everything you're saying, like he sounds like he's your twin flame, and just like mind blown. It was like everything flashed before my eyes. Everything made sense. And I've been friends with this man for years. And I was under like the false impression that like it had to be like love at first sight. And I was like, well, I didn't look at him like that for years. Like I didn't see who he was for years. And now that I see him for who he is, I'm like, oh my God, like how did I miss this? And I believe in source. I believe in God in my own way, but I can also come at this from, if you want to talk about like a psychological point of view, like we all have healing to do. Like we all have childhood wounds. We all have like everybody is a mirror. Typically, if you don't like something in someone else, it's because you don't like that quality that you have deep rooted inside of you that you want to heal, that needs to be healed. But he really started that ascension process in me before I even knew that he was my twin flame. I was like, oh my God, everything makes sense. And how I found Ryan was also on TikTok. There was a creator that I used to follow, and it was like those twin flame, myths like chaser, runner, like you have to stop talking to them. And he had actually stitched someone that I used to follow. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, he's so rude. He's so rude. Like, that's not true.
So
And then
rude.
like I started like watching more of his videos, and I was just like, wow, like he's coming from a place of love. Like I like that approach because I was in other Discord groups. I used to follow other twin flame coaches, and it's just like none of their stuff really resonated. Like it came from a very like hateful place. Like cutting off my twin flame to heal never made me feel good. Like actively choosing love and working through anything feels good. It doesn't feel good to not talk to him. It doesn't feel good to like give the ultimatums. It doesn't feel good to block him. None of that feels good. It feels good to take some space, but send him love. And that's what Ryan teaches. And my twin flame and I just like I think I've been in this group, I want to say like I just say since September 1st. Him and I had a really, really bad fight in August. And I truly thought like that was my fault at that point. Like he does trigger me, but how I handled that was not appropriate. And then I was like, I need some kind of like spiritual healing. I'm going to join Ryan's Discord group. I'm going to join his Sunday healing sessions. And I think everyone in here can testify after hearing weeks and weeks of what I've gone through. My twin and I, like, we're in a completely different positive relationship. And that's from the mirror exercise. That's from choosing love. That's from being patient. That's from, even if he wants to disagree with me, that like, I don't see his side in things. I truly do. And he has been following suit, and our relationship is getting better and better. And I really feel like we can make it through anything. Like 3D circumstances can be hard when people have family members, friends, children, different religious backgrounds, age differences, whatever it is. Like if that's your person, that's your person. And I feel like he's my person. But I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now, spiritually loving myself in this relationship with him, if it weren't for this group and the
I'm glad
support
you
that I
brought
get
that up,
here.
Asia, about the mirror exercise, because I think that's what I was gonna also just touch back on, is that like that was the original tool that got most of us just healing, in this group. So I did want to bring it back to that. And I like that you mentioned that, because it's like, that's what got you from point A to point B, where you are now, where you're not frantic and like, oh my gosh, my twin, and you would be so in and out. You'd be like, I'm just gonna block him and never talk to him again, or and then it was just like, well, how about you just treat it with peace and love? And I can see that you've definitely grown there, and it's good to hear the update that y'all are doing better, and that that you see the growth in him as well. I like hearing that.
Well, yeah, and it's funny because I was talking to him, like I'm just gonna put a random timestamp on this. I think it was probably like 8 months ago, and him and I were talking, and I was talking about my ex, who I thought was my twin flame at the time, and he was like, that, like, we're just gonna call him Max. My twin was like, that Max wants you to be his person, right? And I was like, well, I don't care about Max. Like, what about you? And he's like, I don't know if I really like have a person. And I was like, okay, like, stop being so stubborn. How do you feel? And he's like, yeah, like, I want you to be my person. And I'm like, well, I am your person. Fast forward like 6 months, we're like having some pillow talk, and I was like, like trying to kind of like slide that twin flame stuff in there, because I think at this point, like, he knows who I am to him without really knowing like the term and
Of
stuff.
course.
But he was like, yeah, like, I've seen you grow so much lately, and like it made me like want to grow and like start going to therapy and stuff. And I'm like, that's like because we're each other's person. He's like, I had all of these years to really like work on myself, and I didn't do it until you. And I'm like, that's right. So it's like, I do see his growth. He's totally a Knight of Pentacles. Like, he is slow moving. He's like,
That is
yeah,
such a joke, because every single time, and I'm not exaggerating when I say every single time she has asked me to pull tarot on him, I get Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles.
like, he's slow moving, but he's moving, and I see the progress, and I don't discredit like all the things that he has to deal with in his life, but like,
Yeah, he's actually really an incredible guy. We're just gonna say that. I mean, for all that he deals with and all he's facing, like,
yeah,
he's a good
yeah,
dude. And he's just learning how to, move at your pace in the sense of the work, and he'll get there. Just have compassion
yeah,
for him. He's got a lot on his plate.
he does. And I think that's one of our blocks right now that like I'm needing to heal through in this group is I brought it up last night, like, for everyone that's watching this, like, we had a mirror exercising group last night, and I had brought up how when it comes to me going inside and giving little Asia love, and like teenager Asia love, and high school Asia love, and young adult Asia love, like, I kind of got that wrapped. But when it comes to like meditating and giving him love and trying to understand like how he can choose his ego over love more, it's a block, and it's hard, and I kind of want to like rush him, but I can't rush him. But like,
Yeah.
there's always work to be done. Like, I'm in union with my twin, but I'm not in harmonious twin flame union. So it can be hard, but I know that the work can be done, and we get the
Yeah,
work done.
everything you said last night, I've been thinking about it a lot, actually, because it's so true. Like, I mean, it's valid. Like, you're wondering how you can show compassion for someone when you feel like you're doing all this work, and you think that they should be, doing the same. And so it's been on my mind a lot since last night. And I think that like part of it is, I think they touched on it a little bit last night too, but it's like just facing adversity in your own way, and I think that's a big, huge part of it, because you're going to have to face that adversity basically. And like, that's a lesson for you. And like, it's definitely about growth. And it's like, I know Mike had said, it's like you kind of have to put, or maybe it was Robin. Robin was like, you kind of have to like let God take care of their healing, and you have to just stay focused in your lane. And I think that's like, it brought up a lot for me as well. Like, it's good to talk about these things. So,
Mhm.
you know, we all, I think we all feel that Nine of Pentacles, the energy with our twins, like they're so slow, or like I think that's a collective feeling, you know, like slow moving. So
Yeah.
you're definitely not alone, for sure.
That's one of
Why
my
are you
favorite
shaking your
things
head
about,
no,
like,
Mike?
I don't feel that. I don't feel that.
you've
Well,
been at it
that's
a little bit
you.
longer than us, though.
Yeah, I don't feel
Yeah.
that. I just want to say one thing. I want to give a shout out to my twin flame, Dope Cheeks. You're doing great. Peace and love. I love you very much. Oh, and you are
Aww.
dope ass bomb ass always.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
we'll get your land
Yeah,
with
go
the
ahead.
skunks.
Y'all go ahead.
I love what Carly's sharing, because I think like what she's really sharing is, the process can feel slow because the outside isn't reflecting maybe what you've done within, right? And so you're like, where is it? Where's the result?
There's so much going on behind the scenes in the
Yeah.
5D that we can't see. And I
Yeah,
think that
God's
that's good to let
right.
people know
God's
is that it's
Hold on
happening.
to
We just
that.
might not be able
Hold
to
on
see
to
it.
that. Ava. Hold on
I
to
do.
that.
I
And
mean, you
even,
all know, like,
there's
it's
so much going on behind the scenes, even in like the 3D. Like, I think a lot of times people in this journey forget that there's like two components to this. And like, if you're in separation, they're over there and you're over here, and you have this whole thing going on, and you're just like, where's his? Where's hers? And you're like, well,
Yeah.
but you don't see it. They're probably over there going through the exact same stuff. You're just
they
not
are.
really watching it.
Yeah.
And so
Exactly.
having
It's
that patience,
they're
everyone
going through what they need to go
getting
through
back
in
to where they
order
need to
for
be.
your union to come together. It's your union together, but you're two individuals, of the same seed. So same seed is planted, same fucking flower, whatever, fucking growing. But let's say it's one flower growing, but their
This is a very
side,
chaotic metaphor.
their petals are coming out in a different way than yours are, right? And so it's really just about seeing that together you are one, and to not be like, fuck, why do I have to do all this, and this, and this? Because to them, if they were doing that, they would go crazy. They'd be like, I don't even know how the fuck you're doing that. I'm doing this.
Yeah. I mean, healing feels good though. And so like it's
It
like you
does.
get to do this. You
Exactly.
get to
You
heal.
get to do this.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you get to.
And I think holding
Exactly.
yourself accountable instead of holding your twin accountable for everything. It's
You
like,
would
and
not
it's
want to
not
go
about
through.
guilt.
You would not want to go through what they're going through. You would not want
That
to do it
too.
that way. That's not compassionate for you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
What's
really the
compassionate
point.
for you is your path. That's between you and God.
Side note, can you guys still hear me just as clear?
Yeah.
Okay, because I took my AirPods out and my speaker's like down on my desk, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like long story long, I don't think I would be where I'm at without this group. And I mean, I love my therapist. Like if she retires and moves, like we're meeting for coffee kind of thing, because she helps me kind of in a different realm. But
Yeah.
like nothing compares to spiritual healing. And I wish that like I have a handful of friends, and I keep this kind of part of my life private.
Yeah.
Not because I'm embarrassed or ashamed, but because most people just don't understand. And I don't care to hear that kind of feedback, because I'm just so certain that this works, because it fucking works. It really does. And
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
wish
what
I
I
could
was gonna
share more of this
say.
with my twin, but he's just so caught up in
Doing
his
so much
chaotic
shit, I think it would
life. But like,
All right, he'll be doing the work with you eventually. Just keep going.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
The number one thing I was gonna say that Tori and Asia both said, and Tay, is like to do the mirror exercise, you don't have to be a Christian, first of all. Like that's what I
no,
was gonna say earlier. Like,
you do it in therapy sessions with the regular therapist. They just do
and
it differently.
and the mirror, exactly, and the mirror can be applied to all areas of your life. So
Exactly.
a good place to start. Very good place to start.
Do you know why? You know why it works?
It's dope.
I mean, I know why it works.
Because God is dope as shit.
There you
Because
go.
love is real. And when you give
Yes.
yourself love, you become more real.
Yep. So true.
I was just working through some feelings yesterday. Just where I was like getting clear on like where I felt bad. And I'm like, I feel really bad here, and this is okay because I want to feel good here. Not because I want to feel bad and like I'm supposed to feel bad, but because I'm just being real with myself. I feel really bad in this one space. And it was really just about like the things that I've been through in my life, right? Where I felt like they weighed me down and just knocked me out. And like I felt like this part of me felt like I was fighting for my freedom and I was fighting for peace. And I was like, no, like I just need to be present with that version of myself and just give him all the love and peace that he needs right now. That's all it is. And I gave that to myself and I released a lot. And even in this call right now, it's like what we're really releasing is a consciousness of fight or flight and like primal being and stepping into unconditional love for self and like just allowing our divinity to shine through and just totally release that consciousness that tells us we have to fight for what we want. We already have our desire within us. So what are we fighting for? Nothing. There's no need to fight for love. It's already within you. And yeah, like I feel really like humbled by this podcast because I didn't know exactly like how it was gonna go or what was gonna come up, but it's been great and I look forward to more of them. I just wanted to share that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'll just
Yeah.
share this that like I think one of the biggest components of this journey is like accountability. And it's like kind of twofold, like accountability and like your part in getting towards your union, but also just like accountability of yourself and your own trauma. Like I'm not responsible for things. Like I've had a very traumatic life, but I'm not responsible for what gets done, but I am responsible for how much I want to keep holding on to it. And if I want to keep living in this trauma state, because there is no point if I just decide to be upset all the time and like angry all the time. And so it's just like taking accountability enough to like mirror all those upsets and work through it, go to group and choose every day to keep being, I want to keep being better, but keep healing.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
being accountable for like where I am at in it, because like I can't control, none of us can control what our twin flame is doing in this minute. But
Yeah.
can't control how much it like we choose to let it impact us, mirror through it, and then like it will get mirrored back and
Mhm.
trust in that.
Yeah,
Can
I'll
I add on to
piggyback
that?
off of that. I mean, I've been angry my whole life, and
Aw.
that's childhood trauma, baby. But like healing through that and with my twin and stuff. But I would say, like, since this group, I have become a far, far less angry person. And anger is definitely a cover up emotion of whatever else is going on. And so learning how to mirror that, like, anxiety helps a lot, and that lack of control, which really is ego.
Brian,
Can I add on to this? Can I add on to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can.
Now, I was born with a missing heart valve. I still currently have a missing heart valve. Okay. So my whole life, I didn't think I was good enough because I couldn't play contact sports. And also, I didn't think I was good enough for women because of how the world taught us with, the erotic industry, so to speak, okay, of me and my missing heart valve, okay? But the more and more I kept on going deeper into this work and loving myself, and I also had my mother die from cancer at the age of 41, who was physically, mentally, and emotionally abused by my father to the very last day of when she died. Okay. So all those traumas that I was born with a physical heart and that I experienced with my mother, I really thought that those things were real. But the more and more I kept on choosing to love myself and shed those illusions and to put God into that space, I knew that God was already in that space. Literally everything you can heal. There isn't anything that cannot be healed because God created you and designed you in his image of nothing but unconditional love. And I'm going to tell you this. It took me a long mother time to see my value, to see my worth. And I stand here, well, no, not stand, I actually sit here before you today and say that I know that only love is real, that I am worthy of love. I will be with my twin flame. I am with my twin flame because I'm always, always with God. And that right there is where we all ground into it and say, God, every upset that I experience, just go to God. It's not real. Boom.
And what Tay, what you just said was so good. Like that's what I mean. Like you're so emotionally intelligent and you've just been blossoming lately. And like that's the Tay that I connect with so much because it's like we have gone through so much of the same thing. And it's like we're always here for each other. We're like, let's do Sunday healing together. Let's talk about it. Let's not be scared of it. Let's heal through it. And just hopefully that inspires more people and empowers, you know, the divine feminines and everything like that. And like Mike said earlier, I love that you found Ryan and that was like a connection that you wanted because he was a masculine. I meant to say that too. Because it's so good. I love hearing that. It's because we need each other. We all need each other.
That was dope because I was talking to God about that because like the only people that I was relating to at that stage in my journey was just divine feminines. And I remember that very distinctly. I was like, hey, God, I manifest divine masculines into my life as a friend on this journey. And I was thinking, oh, it's going to be like 3, 4, 5. God said, nope, you only need 1 so far.
Yeah.
Your homeboy Ryan. I was like, okay, I'm good to go now.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
You found dope ass, bomb ass Ryan.
Yeah. It's like the more and more you keep going and healing and choosing love for yourself, you ain't even got to worry about what your twin flame does. You ain't even got to worry about it. You just let them go. You focus on yourself. And when you focus on God and yourself, you'll be like, yeah, this shit is real. It's already mine.
Life is so good. Life is so good. And there's so many things to be thankful for. And healing feels good.
Yeah.
I think that was a great session.
Yeah.
It was.
That was a session.
And
It did. It was church.
yeah, thank you guys so much. I actually have to get going here.
Yep.
That was way better than I even could have imagined. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this like bi-weekly as a team. So get ready for more podcasts with the squad. So
with the squad.
Yeah, it was really fun because now we kind of laid out the foundation and now you're gonna kind of know where we're coming from and who we are a little bit more. And yeah, we'll kind of bring up a specific topic each podcast. It'll be fun.
Cool.
We are
love you guys.
your brothers. We are your brothers and sisters. That's what we are. We are your brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters. Love you guys.
Love y'all.
You guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for being
tuning in
here,
and
y'all.
thanks
See you
for
later.
Bye,
being here.
guys.
Bye-bye.